Alright, and welcome back. So, part 2, or next episode basically. Oh, there's a skeleton, wonderful. Just went to bed, so we're gonna get a couple things done today. A lot better than the first episode. So, one of the first things we're gonna start off with our smeltery. Or EFAB first, I guess. So, the EFAB, like I said in the first one, the armory upgrade, you're able to make your swords and whatnot. To preference, I have been grinding quite a bit. So now that I have iron pants, boots, and a sword, what you're going to want to know as well is I couldn't have made this normally. So if I try to make these boots, I can't make them normally. I need to actually make them with a gearbox, which I have not made yet. It's because I basically sacked a village. Quite a few things. I think I have to go outside to show you. I also made a fridge. I'll get to that in a second though. So I've basically, my map will update. No, I guess not. I don't know. So I've gone around the entire, not the entire map, but I've gone pretty far in each direction, and I found quite a bit of different things. I've been able to scrounge up. I'll get to this in a second. I've scrounged up quite a bit. I'm just gonna get rid of the skeleton. I've been going for bees. I've been trying to get as many food items and as much as I really can because it's needed. I'm gonna turn down my speaker real quick. So I collected quite a bit of bees. I've been gathering flowers, so whenever I get into that, I gotta do quite a bit of research. Obviously, you're gonna see these bees are very colorful. These not. These are Pam's Harvest ones compared to the forestry ones. I've set up quite a bit of trees, some fruit trees, sugar cane. I've been doing planting, gathered some blueberry and raspberry bushes because they're going to be needed to have food. Now, base Minecraft, if you're just watching and you never really played modded, the reason why I have so much, normally you would never have this much, you'd probably just have a couple wheat, potatoes if you had it. The reason why I have so much of this is because the numbers of each food, it has been decreased. Now this down here, I basically opened up this. It's like a 10 by 10. This is a fish catcher, so it's catching fish, but I need fish bait. Fish bait. It's basically made from fish. So I needed to catch fish in the first place. Use these different fish to make it, so it's pretty good. Now, getting to the food, the reason why, like I said, I have so much food growing at the moment is mainly because the food is cut down quite a bit. And the fridge, it doesn't keep things cold, it doesn't do any of that. I just made it because it's easy to remember, oh, my food is in there. It just takes iron. I didn't need to make it in the EFAB or anything. And you just stack one on top of each other to make a full fridge. If you don't, you just break it and it's just one on top of the other. I just like having a full fridge. But the problem is, you can see with the food, right under raw fish not eaten recently, it'll show you it's basically half a haunch of food. And the saturation, which is underneath it, is also half. But if you cook it, it gives you a full haunch and an extra 2 saturation. Now, normally you think, oh, that's not too bad. Well, the problem is, it's the same thing with cooked pork chop. Cooked pork chop, I think, in base Minecraft would give you 2-3 haunches. Steak would probably give you 4, maybe 5, if I'm right. It's been a while. And that's one of the reasons. So that's why I'm getting so much food. I'm trying to farm up as much as I can because I can basically exchange a lot of this food and make it into, well, full-fledged great meals. And what I mean by that is I've been fishing quite a bit. I've been on for a little while, just getting all these different things. So what I'll be able to do is this turtle. I can't make it into a meal. I could only cook it, and it gives me half a haunch and half a saturation, and it jumps up to a full haunch. Not a lot. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get into Pam's Harvest Craft. So if I type in at Pam's, or Pam, there's all these seeds eventually I'll be able to go and get, and these different fruits. Then, well, right here you're going to see cutting board and whatnot, and what I'll be able to do with this is make full-fledged meals. I mean, look at this. Weekend picnic. Look how many haunches and 23 saturation. That is amazing. But look what I'm going to have. Fried chicken. How do I make fried chicken? I'm going to need all this stuff. Raw chicken. I have not obtained any animals yet. I'm probably going to catch some of those rabbits. I don't think... Well, I guess we could check. Rabbit. Yeah, I can make rabbit into different stuff, so it's probably going to be a good idea to catch those rabbits. And right now I'm actually cooking up the seared brick. Now, we're going to be getting that done in just a second. Now, it might be, you know, hurting people's souls looking at my hunger bar and everything. But yeah, that's how much it gives you. It's not amazing. I very much dislike that. And I'll get into some of the reasons why I got so many of these different foods. Because what also is going to end up happening is, well, you'd probably be saying, oh, what happens if you just keep eating the same thing? So you just keep cutting down trees and getting apples and whatnot. The problem is, if you see the nutritional value, I don't think that mod is in when you need to have like grain and veggies and whatnot. That's a different mod. Maybe if I update it, maybe. But eating 3 times out of the last 5 meals. So if I eat 2 more apples, half the haunch is going to go lower. I'm going to get... First of all, I'm going to start eating it much slower. I could probably end up showing it, because I got to heal up. So there's 1, and then there's 2. And then if you look at it... Oh no, I eat it 1 more time. It's gone, but I know I have more in here. Fruit eaten 5 times out of the last 5 times. So I don't know, maybe the apple doesn't do it. But normally what ends up happening is if you eat it, it starts turning red, the haunch. And not the haunch for when you're eating, but the haunch on the indicator when you go over the apple. So that means I'll get reduced, basically haunches from it. It'll go a little bit lower and lower. The reason why I'm getting blueberries and whatnot is because I could turn them into fruit salad and whatnot, yogurt, the smoothies, but the easiest one, in my opinion, would have to be the juice. The juice, it's just 1 haunch and 2.5 saturation, but it's something. So we're gonna be getting on to the gearbox. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. It's not gonna take that long. And the entire reason why we're gonna be making the gearbox, also, if you see all this iron, all this stuff I've just been grinding out, I've probably spent like I don't know, 4 maybe 5 hours. I should have more. I also have been finding waypoints. I've been finding all this stuff. Redstone gold, oil and sand hives, all this stuff. I've just been... The stuff I couldn't get because I can't make a iron pickaxe. An iron pickaxe is something I cannot make yet until I get the EFAB. So I couldn't even make this sword, but I found it in a village. See, I can't make it without the gearbox, and you'll see right now. So I need to make... We need a couple more of those. But it's just going to be simple real quick. I need a little bit more iron. I think that's how it is. Let me look at it. Yeah, that's how it is. Gearbox. This block adds gearbox style to crafting to the fabricator. So what it means by the fabricator, and there we go. Finish the quest. And I get a loot crate out of it. So I'm just gonna break this right here. It's a whole block, so... But what it ends up doing is it doesn't show it here, but it is there, trust me. I'm going to grab some more wood. Should just grab the whole stack, to be honest. And what it'll end up doing is now... So if I pick it up, and I try to make a pickaxe out of it, it says error. Gearbox is missing. But if I put it there, start, there's actually a crafting timer. Now you can walk away, you don't have to be doing it. I think if you go out of render range, it will stop. So you got to make sure to stay within the range. Just gonna grab these. I guess I'll open up that box. Yeah, I've got a lot of grout, and I'll tell you how to make that grout in a second. Got 4 copper, not too bad. Not the most amazing, but it's less smelting I need to get done. So grout, or seared brick, is made from grout. It's melting 1 grout. I am grout, you know, a little pun on it. You need 4 gravel, 4 sand, and a clay block, which is 4 clay. So what ends up happening with that is to make the seared, you smelt it, and then you make the different casting. And I'll show you the easiest one that you want to make. The problem is I won't be able to make the controller at the moment because, well, it's not going to be ready yet. I actually need to craft it. So if you follow what I'm doing, you'll see what these are for in a second. It's very easy, very simple. We'll use a full stack just to make some of these. I do need to craft, smelt some sand. I have been grinding quite a bit, so I have quite a bit of items. I also found a sand temple, so I got a golden apple, iron horse armor, the black rune, just a few different items, ash. I don't know what some of these items for. I got some name tags while fishing, a tripwire, nothing too special. I'm just gonna knock out. But yeah, it's been doing pretty good. I've been getting a few items done. I definitely feel like it's been getting a lot more done than it did earlier on. So now, pickaxe done. And then I know, because I did this before, the smeltery controller. Start 10 minutes. That's going to take 10 minutes. So, if you're like me and you're very impatient, you can just go ahead and smelt it up. Smelt up your iron. It's up to you. I'm going to smelt it up because this is going to take a while. And I don't like waiting. I don't think anyone really likes waiting. It's boring just to see someone just be crafting. But in the meantime, I'll show you this. So if you're going to want to get into smeltering, and I will most likely create a spot, this is not going to be permanent. You're going to want to make a 3x3 hole. You want to get your seared bricks, which we made out of just 4 of them in a 2x2. It's really easy. You're going to put them in your 3x3. Then you're going to go on the outskirts. Put 3. Put 3. You can put 1. You're going to get your... Oh yeah, the controller's crafting. You're going to want to get your smeltery drains, which is just made by doing a 3x3, or 3 on each side, leaving the 3 middle left alone. Put them there. The holes are going to be facing out. Dig out the bottom. You're also going to want to make these smeltery faucets, just like how you'd make a bowl. And then there's one more thing. There's a few more things, but also if you wanted to know, this is how you make a crafting station from Tinker's Construct. This is all Tinker's Construct. Then you're going to want to basically make the form of a cauldron. I normally make 2. I make 3 faucets, 3 smeltery drains, 2 casting basins, and 1 casting table. Now that's the opposite of the cauldron, or pans if you wanted to know. No, what? I don't want to do that. You do that. Then what you're going to want to do is, I got glass, so you're going to need the glass. You place it like that. And you're going to make a seared tank. The seared tank, you'll find out in a second, but it's basically going to be holding our heat source. I'm going to hold on to 1. Now we're going to need the smeltery drain, or the smeltery controller. Now, like I said, it's been 2 or so minutes, so no one wants to sit here waiting. No one wants to sit here waiting, watching it. You're going to have to if you want to watch it. Either that or skip a few minutes. It's not going to be a few minutes. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to grab all my wood. Grab all the wood. Normally I don't want to just be dumb about it and just craft a buttload. I'm just going to craft what I need. Like that. Okay. Pop another one in. It went from... Now it should be going faster. It may not be going faster because it's not reading that the gearbox is there at the moment. So if I reset it, but the problem is I don't want to reset it because it'll still take time. So we may just have to wait on it after all. But just in case, I'm still going to make another gearbox. Maybe it might jump up. Let's see. 6.1. It hasn't jumped that far. But so what's going to end up happening is when you complete the questing, it is going to give you a lava can. You need to make your 18 seared bricks. Now unfortunately, when showing this, you're going to put the smeltery there, the smeltery controller there. Now I guess the good part is I know I don't need that much, so I'm just completing that for the quest. So you just need to complete all these. You only really need one for the quest, but I like completing the rest because, well, I know what I'm going to be using it for. And then what could end up happening if you wanted to get bigger, which I'll show you when it's done. Because I don't think you really want to. It's probably going to be better just to show it the way I'm going to do it. So in the meantime, you know, you have your crops going and whatnot. This is going pretty well now. See that my bait is gone. Perfect timing. Now I'm going to grab all these. Now, this is also why it'd be a good thing if you could try to find flax seeds, cotton seeds, because what will end up happening is the flax seeds are better because they instantly give you string. Now, if you got cotton, there's the two different variants of the cotton. They're going to give you like two different versions of what cotton looks like, and what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to turn it into string, which is 3 cotton normally in one spot. So not everything that I gather will be used for fish food. Most of the time it's fish turned into fish food. So you can't really, like I can't turn a crab into it. I want to keep the puffer fish. The frog doesn't turn into it. It's mainly fish. But then sometimes you want to be careful because certain fish you could use for, well, using crafting. So if I wanted to make a, I don't know, I guess gumbo or something, I'm pretty sure I saw that. And I'm pretty sure this is a little off kiltered. I didn't necessarily do the exact math on it, I just did it. But I do recommend, since it's a great way of making food. I'm going to do this one, and it is part of Pam's Harvest. Now, if you wanted to, this is, I forgot to mention this, this is the NEI. This makes it so much easier for you to find out what is in the game. So what's in the game is this, is you're going to have this entire list. I have 100 pages of different items. Now these different items are from different mods. Now we're going to be working with Pam's Harvest. So if you wanted to go to the exact mod and find out what is in all of the mod, what you're going to want to do is this. You're going to want to shift, go with the @ symbol, only click it once, and then type in normally what the mod is. Now you'll see, but you're probably going to try to ask, oh, like, what's the mod from? Well, most of the mods will tell you what they are from. Now, some of the mods, some of them are messed up. I'm guessing because this mod pack isn't maybe complete. I'm not entirely sure. There's updates always coming in. But you can normally tell, so if I wanted to type in sword, normally it'll say Minecraft. It's from base Minecraft. But then if you go over Fusewood, it's from Natura and all that. So I want to go to Pam's Harvest because that's what I want to look at. You don't need to completely fill in the entire thing. Same with if you do Tinker's Construct and whatnot. So what I'm looking for right now are the traps. So I'm going to go to, but I can find them right here. So there's all these different foods and whatnot. But what I have is the water trap. The water trap is pretty good, but eventually I want to go to the ground trap. The ground trap is the exact same thing like a water trap, but the water trap needs to have a certain area of water. And if you wanted to know if it's working, is you'll see it right here, is I've already caught something because this is working. Now when you put in a trap, like when you put in the bait, if it takes in the bait, and I'll probably show it right here because I want to make, it's almost done, I want to actually make a ground trap. is I need tons of different items first. I need to have string, I need to have the sticks. Do I need the sticks? No. But I do need to make that. And then the problem is, then we face again, I need this to make a chest. So what you could do is you could make another EFAB. And making another EFAB isn't hard, it's just, I don't think it takes the same, like, I think if you put the gearboxes next to each other with the gear, with the EFAB, I think they end up working together. I'm not entirely sure. It should say on there, but again, I'm not entirely sure of it. But yeah, and all my iron and my glass and whatnot. And then the nice part is, with all this being done, I get to actually make, well, I get to start making my full armor, even though I found quite a bit of it, which I'm very happy for. The poor villagers are not that happy, but I still got it, so I'm happy with it. I've been grinding out, so I got some Certus quartz, so hopefully I could go and make a computer eventually if we get that far. Cactus, I've been smelting up some stones for better crafting. Found some obsidian inside one of the what's it called? It's that one smeltery guy for inside a village. So I was lucky to find that. So this is about to be done right now, and then I could end up making another chest. So pretty much what you're gonna want to get is, you're definitely gonna want in the beginning to start up some of these. See, now I got it done, so I go to the book. You don't need the book like it says, and I get a lava can. Now you're gonna want to get a bucket, obviously. So I'm gonna get the smelter controller. Boom, when it lights up like that, it's working fine. It's completely working. I'm gonna gather a few things and go to bed real quick, because I actually do need to show you how it works. Now normally in normal Tinker's Construct, you can take, I'm gonna go ahead and take 9 iron. Now if I stick 9 iron ore in this, it should, in theory, and you'll see it pop up, it actually has, you could fall in it, it's not actually there, but if you do stay in it, you will, no, it's not hurting me yet. Normally you get hurt and you take damage, and then if you checked in it, there would actually be blood. So what will end up happening here is these 9 should technically turn into 18, but in this mod it doesn't. So what I'm doing is I'm adding on top of this structure, and you'll see it only originally fit 9. Now it fits an additional 9. And see this? Then it turns into a full block. So if you ever play Minecraft, 9 iron does equal 1 block. And so now that it's there, it's molten. If you look inside, it's red, it's molten. Then you're gonna right click just once. You don't need to hold it down or anything. You right click, it goes right into there. An effective way, what I've done is I've put hoppers going into each other until eventually there's a chest that I put right here. But again, I'm not going to keep it here, so it's not going to really stay. And then it's going to start cooling off. You're going to have to wait a little bit. It cools off, and then boom. So it's pretty good, especially in certain mod packs where you have, if you wanted a, what do you call it, a mob dropper, a mob killer, whichever it is, you can end up making, if you wanted to, a way of smelting the drops from mobs. So if you get iron chest plates and whatnot, there are some mobs or mods that if you get, they allow you to get like kind of like drops from mobs, and meaning that they're like loot bags that sometimes drop iron armor that is full durability and everything. And then what you could do is you could pipe it into the smeltery and you can smelt it. So I'm going to show you what not to do. So this is a ground trap. Ground traps, if you go to it, I right click it, I go over a few till I find it, and this shows you what you'll get. So if I have grain, I could get these different items. It's not going to be instant, it'll be later on. Then it switches to fruit, and you'll get those items. You keep going, then veggies, and this is the items you'll get, and then that's it. So I got veggies, so I could get a few items. But, see, as I put it in, see, it didn't go down to 19. It's at 20. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to break it, and you're going to want to dig a little, just a little hole down. Not that many, just stick it down there. Then, watch it. It should have ticked down to 19. Why did it not stick down? It's in... Oh, I was thinking of actually a theory of why. Yeah, I think it may be because I know with Pam's Harvest, it needs to have an area to work with. But at the same time, even though it's a ground trap, the problem is look where we are. We are in a desert. So, if I'm right, because I was thinking about this before in some of my other worlds, what happens if I'm not in a forest biome or anything? So this should count as a little bit of a different biome. Stick it in. See, it went down to 19. It went from, just remember the number you have, and then if it ticks down, wonderful. So it is in the area you are in, or at least it checks the surrounding grass. That's what I'm guessing. So it's not going to be instant, like I said. Eventually it's going to pop up, and yeah. So eventually I'll go back there. Eventually I'll be able to automate that, have a ender chest attached to it with a pipe, and I'll be able to get whatever I need from it. Now here comes the fun part. Now, the armor that I showed you, now I get to actually make armor in this because I have the gearbox. It's going to take time, but I can start making armor now. So it's great. Now we're starting to advance a lot more. So far we got 2 quests done. I'm going to get the Tinkers done right now. So the Tinkers is fun. I think it's one of the best mods I've ever played with. I love it. So to start it off, you're going to want this. Now in this mod pack, you're going to have to do this. It depends how much you want to put. I always grab a lot of these. These are blank patterns. Blank patterns, well, you will see in just a second. So I'm going to take that, get the next one started. Now you're going to want to get a piece of wood, stick it on top. That'll make a stencil table. That'll always make a stencil table. You go back, grab another one, or just do the entire thing. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a log, stick it on top of there. Boom, you got a part builder. Perfect. Another one's done. Do another one. Then what you're going to want to do, make a crafting table. You can just do a normal crafting table and do that. Obviously it's faster that way. I don't know why I'd always do that. Tool station, it's just force of habit. Take that one, get another one done. We'll wait for that one to get done, because the next item we're going to need to make is going to be a chest. Craft the chest. Then what you're going to want to do, you want to grab the chest, put it in there, stick a one in there. Pattern chest. Now this does have a custom texture on it because of this mod pack. So what happens is you're going to take your blank pattern. I'm going to make a couple more, so I'm going to need them. And what's going to happen is, let's say you want to make a pickaxe. You're going to get a pickaxe head. You're then going to want to make a binding pattern, the small binding. Don't get the big one, the small one. And then you're going to want to get the last piece towards it, the tool rod. Don't get the, this is normally you'd say the tough tool rod. You want to get the normal tool rod pattern. So you're going to go over to your part builder, stick it there. You can't put iron in it because you actually need the caster, and we'll get into that most likely next episode. But what you can end up doing is you can make it out of different pieces. Now early on I'd recommend most likely making it out of flint if you can. Flint's not too bad as an early game one. People will most likely tell you there's other better ones. I always start off with the flint. It's never a bad idea. Now the tool rod and binding, I wouldn't recommend, and then you could stick the pattern once you have it into your chest, and it'll consistently, because you saw that if I do that, it opens up a new one, and then that, you can basically make every single one of these. But the difference is there are ones that you cannot make. Really, I've only come across one that you cannot make, that you can only find, and that is a cutlass. You can basically make a pirate sword, but you need to find the pattern in a village. Now, I have not found a village. Like I said, I've only found like 3 villages so far throughout my multiple playthroughs. 2 of them, which have been on this this series. The other one is on like 2 series ago. So it's been pretty tough. I don't know why. I mean, I've even gone into creative and flown around, and I still have not found it. But I'm not going to cheat and put one in. If I eventually find one, I'll show you. So what ends up happening is, I get to put one on my armor. And it depends what you want to make the rod out of. The rod could be made out of just wood, so it's ecological. It comes out with different things. If you make your pickaxe head out of iron, or the rod out of iron, it'll become magnetic. And in mods, what will end up happening with magnetic, if you stand close to it with magnetic, it'll actually start slowly coming towards you. So it's helpful if you're mining near lava and whatnot and you want it to come towards you. With me, one of the next things I'm actually going to go do, unfortunately I don't think you can see it from here. I wish it would show. I know it's kind of far out. There is a slime island not too far from the other village. So I'm going to have to freaking go and nerd pull my way up, all the way up there, get some slime, because slime is the best, and I'll show that in just a second. So I will BRB. Alright, well, I'm back, guys. So I went to the slime island. I got some dirt and I got some of the saplings. So this is basically what they look like. So what end up happening is you end up breaking these, and there'll be one more up in there. You break it and this will fall down, and then you'll get a sapling, hopefully. The green ones will drop the slime balls, but they're gonna be like that, the congealed ones. So you're basically gonna want to turn them into that, and you're gonna want to make them into these green slimy mud, which you need dirt and sand. Don't worry about it, super easy, or you could do it this way, either or. And what you end up doing is you end up smelting it into these green slime crystals. Same thing goes for the blue ones. The blue ones are going to be a little bit more difficult. If you do end up finding a slime island, you should be able to find blue slime congealed blocks. So they're going to look like these. And what's going to end up happening is you're just going to break them like anything. You can bounce on them and whatnot. So I don't know if you want them around your base or not. And you're going to want to do the same thing and turn them into the blue slime mud. And what's going to happen then is you're going to smelt them into these crystals. Now these crystals are then going to be used, I think they're some of the best crafting materials for Tinker. I have to test it later to see if it works, but it requires, well, I'm not going to go over that right now. I'll see if it works here. But one of the cool parts is if you get these drying racks, and drying racks are nothing special, they're very easy to make. They're just 3 oak wood or whatever slabs, wood slabs, and you just put them up. And what ends up happening is if you put them up there, you're going to see that it's at 0% and it's going to tick up to 1%, and it'll make these I'm not even going to say that. People are going to make fun of me for it. And for some reason it counts as meat and raw meat, but you're going to see that it does go from half a haunch, because you could eat the normal slime block, and it'll also give you slowness 3 and jump boost 3, so good and bad. But then if you have it, then it just gives you jump boost, so you're not going to lose the slowness 3, but you're going to get the jump boost. So it depends on you, however you feel, if you want to get around your base or something, or I don't know, mess with your friends. Now these purple ones do drop from the trees. They don't drop as much. I'm actually going to find out right now, because I've never actually seen these before. So I actually want to see, can they be made into the mud? So they can't be made into the mud. So you can't make a bigger tool rod. So what I was basically going to do is you're going to, once you make your crafting and all that, we're going to go ahead and make the pickaxe, just like how we made everything earlier. But for the binding, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you the differences. So I'm gonna put the binding, and we're gonna see the differences between the green and the blue ones. So these right here on the right, it's basically gonna be showing you what it's gonna make it into. So durability 1000. It doesn't necessarily mean your pickaxe is gonna be 1000. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this one, and then we're gonna make a blue one. And if you saw, well, it went by very fast, so I'm sorry about that. But you can see down here, durability for the green one is 350, slimy. And it's the same thing, but durability went down by 150 points for the blue one. So we're going to go to the crafting bench, crafting tool station, go click on the pick. We're going to take our pickaxe head. We're going to take, I also made the rod, so we're going to check those out. And we're going to put the green one. Now the green one has 525 durability. It can mine iron, 5 mining speed, attack 3.9, and gives you 2 modifiers. Versus unarmed plus 10% extra damage. It's ecological. So it regenerates slowly. It's crude too, so it gives you bonus attack damage against unarmored, and it's slimy. Now, what slimy really means is you're gonna spawn slimes once in a while. Now we're gonna switch it out. Now the durability does go down, but nothing else changes. It's still crude and whatnot, but it's up to you. I normally go with the blue, but green, it seems to be pretty good in this mod. Now we're gonna go to the rods. Now we're gonna lose the ecological, but we're gonna lose the ecological, and we're also gonna lose durability. So it depends on you. That spider's coming at me at a weird angle. You can see it. So if I try to switch this, then you instantly see that the durability from a ecological from the wood shoots up an extra 75 durability with the green rod, and it also makes it slimy. So it's up to you if you wanted to make this wacky looking one. It does depend on what the pickaxe head is, how you're gonna fix it. So I'm gonna make it, and you could go click on the hammer and the forge, and this is where you could put modifiers onto it. So it says 2 modifiers. Now at the moment I don't have a lot, but I did go mining. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what at least 2 of these modifiers are. Now, if you have redstone, you don't have to put it on the exact one, but you'll see right there, haste 50. So, and it's gonna lose a modifier, but the mining speed goes up, because in Tinker's, redstone basically makes it so then you could mine super quickly if you put tons of redstone. But I'm not gonna do that at the moment because I actually am gonna need my redstone later. And then lapis, like I said, you don't have to put it in the same spot. You can put it in any of these other ones. Lapis, all it gives you is luck. Now, you would normally think that, well, that's all? Well, I'm not giving it enough credit, because it's basically, once you get it high enough, it's gonna be like Fortune 3, and at some points you can make it even past Fortune 3. So it's very nice. But I'm also gonna show you something else. So I'm gonna put it. Now you're gonna look at it. It's gonna say level clumsy, but then you're gonna see XP. Well, what's XP mean, Mr. New Vegas? Well, I'll show you, local viewer or whichever viewer. Oh, that spider doesn't come. So I'm gonna go ahead and break a piece of sand. I'm gonna look back at it. Nothing. I think it only really goes with a mining material. So we're gonna go to sandstone, and then we're gonna see it got 1 XP. I'm gonna mine stone. 1 XP. I'm gonna mine just an ore. 1 XP. So as long as you're not digging up sand and whatnot, after about 2,500 blocks, individual blocks mined, it will get a level up. Now normally it's a lot cheaper in other mods, meaning that you only need to get to 315 blocks mined, and then it gets an upgrade. Now you're gonna ask, well, what's the upgrade? The upgrade can be random between. Later on you can get, as it shows right here, this is quartz. Quartz will give it sharpness, which means you deal more damage. A diamond means more durability. An ingot, normally that could be an ingot, I'm not entirely sure. It's more or less just repairing it. Redstone will make it go faster, and lapis will make it more luck to it. But I don't necessarily recommend, even though I did say you should make a flint one, but that's in other mod packs where a flint one is pretty good. Now you also see it didn't take that long. It's already done. And you can eat it. But going back to the pickaxe, where did I put it? The pickaxe, you do need to repair it. Now normally in most mod packs you could put it right here, and then there. And that should repair it, but it doesn't here. In this mod pack it's a little different. I'll put it there. Put one piece of flint anywhere, it doesn't matter where you put it. And you see, durability goes up. Now, depending on how much durability and whatnot, that's what it's going to depend. Now, I already made an iron pickaxe head. I casted it. So, what ends up happening? Remember when I said earlier, magnetic 2? Now, things are going to come at you, tracks nearby blocks, once you mine them. Then you're also going to see the attack goes up from 3.9 to 5. Modifier doesn't change. You're going to be losing the crude 3, or the crude 2. Mining speed goes up, mining level from iron to diamond, and you get an extra 70 durability. So we're going to go ahead and make it. You don't lose the XP. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you, even though I have this sword, I want to make a better sword. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put 2 gold. I did go mining in between the cut I made. So I have a little bit more iron, redstone, lapis, and all that. So you're going to let it cook. Now you're also going to be noticing from that one canister, I'm going to actually show off that sword. From that one canister, we don't have a lot of, obviously, lava. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to go make a bucket, which I'll show you right now. Now, I messed up. I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, bad video, man. Bad video. So, I unfortunately messed up there. I'm going to have to put more gold in. So I have to wait for that. But I can show you what you have to do in the meantime. So, you want to make a sword. You're going to go to here, blank patterns. You're going to go for this sword blade pattern, but I already have it. And you're also going to need to get this one. This is a wide guard pattern, which is this one. And you already made the tool rod pattern, so you don't need to worry about that. So what you're going to go, you go over here, put the sword. Wait, wrong one. That's the tool station. Gotta go to part builder. Put however much cobblestone you need. Most of the time you should already have cobblestone by now. Go to your smeltery. I'll be with you in a second. And you put the sword on the table. Make sure that the gold is always at the bottom, because that's what's going to be coming out first. And you're going to pour it over it. Remember, just right click it. It's going to do that. And then, boom, it's going to delete the item that was once there. But then you're going to see, you're going to pick it up, see how much the cost material is. Most of the time it's 2. So I already have 2 iron. I'll pour it out. And in a few seconds, I will have a iron sword blade. There we go. I normally end up taking the pattern just in case a creeper comes by, destroys it. That's 2 gold that you could end up losing. So you put the stencil back in. Now we're going to be making the sword. So again, part builder. It depends what you want to do, which one. Since the green seems to be a little bit better in this mod pack, I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And I still have a green one. So I'm going to go ahead, go down to the sword. Now different swords do come with different things. This sword in particular lets you block. Now that shouldn't necessarily be a huge factor because that's in base Minecraft, but it's different depending on what you play. Now I can show you this. Basically you make it. It's clumsy, magnetic 2, 2 modifiers, 6 attack, 426 durability. Not too bad. It's decent, especially for early game. Now I need to find that spider. But it's perfect. It's also going to nighttime because I could also show you. So XP, you don't get XP for breaking a block. Oh, you did there. Normally it doesn't do that. So I guess if you didn't want to go ahead and slay enemies, you can just break leaves, or if you want to. But I think it gives you more XP always up on top. That's perfect, because then I could use the jump boost. Pink. Oh, if I can make it up there. Spider. So right now we're at 5 durability, or 5 XP. You're gonna see, did not go up. Hit him one more time, killed him, it went up. So I think depending on how many hits it takes, it only counts up until you defeat the entity you're fighting. So that's pretty much it for the smelter and whatnot. So hopefully this ended up helping that and Pam's harvest, if anyone ever had any questions. So I do thank you for watching, and please, if you like it, If you didn't like it, dislike it, please leave comments. It would be very helpful and appreciative. So I do thank you, and goodbye.